What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to number 4 in the series of Ark of Osiris tips and tricks. I don't know how well these videos will age with the potential upcoming changes to Ark of Osiris, but hey, let's put some more information out there for everyone to absorb, and we'll just see in due time how these videos age. But it is what it is, right? Upcoming changes always potentially make videos obsolete. Now, once again, a lot of the things that I'm giving you in these videos, a lot of the stuff that I'm saying is common knowledge already to players who have played at the high level, who played in Ark for a long period of time. So if you find them helpful, great. If you don't find them helpful, or whatever, hey, that's fine too, right? Either way, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you watching. If you don't mind smashing that like button, hitting that subscribe button, that would be outstanding. Every little bit helps. Every subscriber gets me one more closer to 1,000. Every like gets my videos in front of more people. Your time and your time and your efforts do not go unnoticed, and I thank each and every one of you for that. That said, I'm not going to be in the Ark of Osiris map today. We're just going to have some of the 307, 412 KVK fighting to watch while we talk about Ark of Osiris. The tips I have for you do not really need the Ark of Osiris map. We can just talk about them here. I think the first thing, and I say this to my alliance all the time before we go into Ark, and multiple times during the Ark match, when you're fighting, fight until the enemy is red, not until they are dead. And what exactly do I mean by that? You target a march. When you're fighting that march, once they get red, target another march. AoE is going to kill that red march eventually, right? And that makes them fight with a red march or suicide their troops in order to get that march home to bring fresh marches onto the battlefield. If you're fighting and 90% of the troops on the battlefield are red that you're fighting against, those are troops that they can't bring fresh marches out for and use elsewhere on the map. So not only are you occupying one army by keeping it red, keeping it out on the battlefield, you're making them then either suicide that troop so they can get it home quicker, or better yet, if they walk that troop home, it takes forever for them to get across the map, right? So that kind of rolls right into tip number 2. If you are red, if you are yellow, and you need to get fresh marches back out on the battlefield, suicide your troops. Whether you slam them into a structure somewhere, or go into a enemy murder ball and start hitting them, it doesn't matter. Your red, your yellow marches do not do you any favors in a middle fight if you're fighting for the Ark. So if you're all the way across the map at the enemy obelisk, slam into a city, get your troops home, and get your fresh marches back out on the field. Too often I see people, oh, hey, we got to get to the middle. And they'll run into the middle with the red army or with the yellow army, and they'll just get slaughtered in the middle. Take fresh troops to the middle when you fight for the Ark, and that might mean you have to suicide some troops. It's easier said than done when you have 2 to 3 million T5 troops and don't have to heal during the Ark match, but at the same time, you are of no use to your team bringing red or yellow marches to the middle. In the same breath, if you are marching halfway across the map to get your 3,000, 5,000, 12,000 troops home, that's a lot of lost time. Those are troops that you could have refreshed simply by slamming those troops into an enemy city, slamming those troops into an enemy structure, getting those dead troops home quicker, getting that commander back quicker and getting fresh marches out on the battlefield. Now, when you're playing defense and a rally is hitting one of your structures, there is often a need to swarm that rally. However, the swarmers need to pull off as soon as that rally is low enough to a point where the garrison and the garrison captains can handle it. Okay? Do not swarm that rally until that rally's dead. Swarm it only long enough to where the garrison can handle it. And if the garrison can handle it from the start, and you have reinforcements to reinforce the garrison, then there's no need to swarm the rally at all. You know, this is a mistake I see rookie teams make all the time. If the garrison can handle the rally that's hitting it, and you have reinforcements there to keep that garrison full to take down that rally, don't swarm the rally. Now, why? Why is that? Every single march that's in that rally, if you swarm it, every single march in that rally is going to get back to the city quicker, and that's going to be a fresh march on the battlefield that those players can then bring out. If you can occupy 5, 6, 4, whatever the case may be, 4 armies, 5 armies in a rally, and you know the garrison's going to hold, that's 4 or 5 armies that those players can't bring back out on the battlefield until they either break the rally and suicide those troops or until the rally's dead. Okay? So leave the rally alone as soon as you know that structure is safe and as that structure is going to hold. Now, a lot of teams use what are called taxi rallies. They'll send a rally towards, say, an altar, and they'll send a taxi rally down the field to maybe the enemy obelisk or an enemy city. And once that taxi rally is near the rally that's going to hit the altar, they'll break that taxi rally. And that will get troops down the field quicker and in a position to reinforce the original rally on the altar or the shrine or whatever you're rallying quicker than it will to march for everyone to march there. And you can use multiple taxi rallies. This requires a lot of coordination, though, and a lot of communication. This is not day one gameplay that you're doing in your first Ark of Osiris match, right? But taxi rallies can be used for multiple things. If the enemy is taking the Ark and they're walking it back to one of their outposts, rally that outpost. Get some troops down there to harass that Ark carrier. Best case scenario, you take the outpost, you kill the Ark carrier, and you drop the Ark into the outpost yourself. But use taxi rallies to move your troops more quickly across the field. A rally marches faster than open field marches do. In Ark of Osiris, rallies don't take 5 minutes, they take 1 minute. So you have to be ready. You cannot be waiting for armies to get to the rally. People have to have their troops back in the city, and they have to be ready to go at a moment's notice. Those rally commanders and those rally leaders need to keep an eye on those rallies, and they need to kick players from the rallies if the rallies are taking too long to launch, because a taxi rally does you no good if you're waiting three minutes for Johnny to get home. As far as fighting goes, your commander selection is critical. AoE, AoE, AoE. Buffing, debuffing, buffing, debuffing, rage. Ark inherently has an attack bonus with it. And that's why I've suggested in the past using a 10% defense rune. Or 10% defense token. But the commanders that you bring to the middle, the commanders that you use in the battlefield, you want a wide variety of commanders with a lot of AoE damage. Commanders that are buffing targets, that are debuffing targets, and that are generating rage for you and your nearby friendly troops as quickly as possible. The faster you can cycle rage, the faster you can get off your skills, the more you can buff your troops and debuff the enemy troops, the greater impact that your troops are going to have in the open field. Now, on past teams, we used to be told, we used to have to provide a list of these are all the commanders that we have, these are the levels that we have them at, this is the equipment that we have, and we were told exactly what commanders to use in the middle fights. We were told exactly what commanders to swarm structures with. That's the higher tier gameplay, right? Where you have leaders that are making decisions that know, okay, we have 4 Trajans coming in the middle, 4 Ethelfleds coming in the middle, we have a couple of Joans coming to the middle, we have a couple of Mulans coming to the middle. I mean, that's that higher tier gameplay where you have some leaders and planners looking at the big picture. Now, I'm not suggesting the average team do this, but if you're serious about Ark, if you're getting super serious about Ark, if you're competing at the highest of levels in League, you want to make sure that the commanders you're bringing to the middle and the commanders your friendlies and teammates are bringing to the middle are complementing each other. If everyone brings the exact same commanders, you can only rage so much, but at the same time, you want to make sure that if one person's Trajan dies, you have more people, more individuals have Trajan there to provide the buff that he gives, right? Ethelfled is important in the middle for debuffs. Commander selection when moving down the field and supporting rallies is also important. If you know you're going to be swarming a structure, you don't want to be swarming a structure with a Belisarius and a Purple Scipio, right? You want to be swarming a structure with commanders that are going to buff your friendly rally, buff the troops around you, or debuff the commanders in the structure itself. So take a real close look at your commander selection. Work with your teammates to make sure that you're not all duplicating efforts. And AoE is so critical in the middle. When you're fighting for that Ark of Osiris, the more AoE damage that you can do, the quicker you can make enemy troops go from full bars down to red bars, the better off you're going to be. So AoE, buff, debuff, buff, debuff, rage. Without knowing what commanders you have, it's hard for me to say, do this, do that. These are the pairs that you should use. It really depends on the age of your kingdom too, but you should have leaders that you can bounce those ideas off of. If you're getting super serious about Ark, getting super serious about competing at the highest levels, then the planners on your team should be able to get together with each other, collect a list of commanders that everyone has, and they should be setting those commander pairings for everybody, just to ensure that you have maximum effect when fighting together as a group. A really quick one today. I wanted to get something out there since this is a weekly series. Been really busy this weekend. Work has been really busy. And I've been watching some KVKs. Plan to watch the Osiris League today. Good luck to all teams competing in the finals. Today, I believe, is the first day of the best of 7 or best of 3 series, right? We've got 1v versus Blackjack. This should be a very good competition. Last season, Blackjack was one of the few teams that pushed 1v to the limit. So I'm looking for the same thing here. I do expect 1v to take this 2 out of 3. I do expect Blackjack to win 1 though. But if you're looking for a dark horse bet, Blackjack might be the way to go here. As far as the realm of Anubis, WSA, I have heard very, very good things from multiple people about that team. Both them and 60GT have had a relatively easy walk through their brackets and into the finals. RD2K gave SA some challenge. Rays must have been in KVK or something. It doesn't look like they even showed up for the match. But this should be a good matchup, but I fully expect 60 GT to win this 2 matches to 0. Though, I mean, it's Lilith though, so they'll have them play 3 matches, I'm sure, just for the publicity and the broadcast, right? And on a personal note, you know, I hope 60 GT wins. I got a crap ton of coins on them. I'm going to go to Realm of Bastet. I honestly don't know either of these teams. I don't recall watching any of them actually play matches in Ark. It looks like 244 has had much closer matches, I think, than GV77. Yeah, I mean, it's about even, I guess. You know, so who knows? This, in my opinion, I really don't have enough information, don't have enough background in either of these teams to make a call here. Good luck to both teams in competing in what appears to be potentially your first finals for your realm. Realm of Sobek, you know, we're looking at 89 CG, we're looking at 88 VH. You know, once again, I haven't watched many of these Sobek matches. I do believe that 2389 is the kingdom that Tho and Baba and a bunch of the 56 players are going to. So I know that they want to put on a good showing. It does not look like they have had any competition whatsoever. Getting to the finals, that could maybe hurt them a little bit. If they haven't had competition, how will they handle competition? If 88 VH presents them with some stiff competition in the finals here, you know, I guess time will tell. But we're looking at, you know, if I had to guess, I would say 89 CG is gonna win the Realm of Sobek. But you know, just getting to the finals is no small accomplishment. So congratulations to all teams who are in the finals, who are playing the next 3 weeks, giving us something to watch, giving us something to talk about. You know, you guys have done a fantastic job to get here, and keep doing that work, keep grinding on a daily basis, and make all of us Ark players and prior champions proud. So once again, thanks for watching. If you guys have questions, the best way to get a hold of me is on Discord. Join my Discord server. Hit me up in there. There are lots of people in there who have knowledge as well. If I can't answer questions, I will certainly try to find the answer if somebody else can't answer it also. But once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.